Welcome everyone to our Global Campus Orientation presentation for the summer courses of 2016. My name is Joseph Lamb. I am the e-learning coach at Center Grove High School, and I'm going to guide you through some of the important dates and things you need to know about our Global Campus summer courses. So first to start off with, I would like to show you a little bit about some ways to keep in communication with the Global Campus program. And if you text to 81010 and the message is at GC Summer 16. You'll receive messages from our global campus administrators on important dates, any changes that might be made, things like that. So we just want to make sure that you are kept in the loop. Your students will have this information as well. It's a quick and easy way for us to be able to get information out to you. So it is confidential. Standard text message rates do apply, but beyond that, you won't be receiving any spam. It's just simply a way to keep in contact with our parents and students who are taking global campus courses over the summer. Our motto with the Global Campus program is "The world awaits you," and we take pride in our program that we have created our online courses ourselves. The teachers who are teaching them have developed the courses. So they are of very high quality. They're high Center of standards, evaluated regularly, and we're very proud of the work that we've put into our program to develop such a useful and rigorous online program for our students here at Center Grove. Just a little bit about the individuals in charge. Jake Short, Mr. Short, is the assistant principal here at Center Grove High School. He is the administrator in charge of our global campus program. Again, I am Joe Lamb. I'm the e-learning coach. Feel free to email either of us. If you have any questions about our global campus program, we'd be happy to answer those. So make note of our contact information, and we'll be happy to help you out in any way possible. We do have a website. I'm sure that's how many of you found out what courses we will be offering over the summer, but it is globalcampus.centergrove.k12.in.us. And feel free to go to the website to learn about some new courses that are coming out. There's a lot of FAQs information that you would probably like to have. Also, our e-drop, which allows you to drop a course, will be on our Global Campus website as well. We're continuously updating it and getting it prepared for summer, so we look forward to having you visit that site. We're going to focus on three things today. We're going to focus on the logistical aspect of Global Campus. What are some things that you need to know? We're going to debunk some of the myths of online learning, and we'll have a question and answer session at the end. But since I'm the only one here today, feel free to contact either myself or Mr. Short if you have any questions directly related to our Global Campus program. What are some important dates to know? I think first and foremost, the dates of Global Campus. Our first day is June 6th, so students will need to make sure to log into Canvas on that Monday and get started in their coursework. Payment is due on the 13th. It is $25 per credit. We strongly encourage that you pay that through Skyward, very similar to how you would pay book fees. If that payment is not received by the end of the day on the 13th, the student will be dropped from the course. Do keep in mind that students who are on free and reduced lunch do not have to pay the fee. The fee is waived for that. Our official count day is June 13th as well, so no drops are permitted after that date. The student will receive whatever grade they earn in the course, whether they participate or not. And then July 22nd is the last day for our Global Campus students. Keep in mind that there will be no refunds once money is paid. We will not be offering refunds from our Global Campus program. Withdrawal policy is pretty straightforward. Prior to June 6th, you can drop using the e-drop form on our Global Campus website or talk to the guidance counselor, and they will take care of that. On the 6th through the 13th, the student needs to be dropped using the e-drop form on the Global Campus website. The students will receive a WD grade, which just shows that the student has withdrawn from the course, and the iPad will need to be returned by Wednesday, June 15th to the Technology Center. If it's you will not allow students to drop after the 13th. Students who no longer participate in the course will receive an F. So those drop dates are very important to consider. So make sure that you are aware of those, and if you plan on dropping, make sure you do so prior to the 13th. If you decide to drop the course, or if your student decides to drop, the iPad does need to be returned to Center Grove. It needs to be returned to the Technology Center by June 15th. So as you can tell, it's kind of diagonal from the high school if you were to cross Trojan Field, all the way in the back corner near the tennis courts and the baseball diamond. So make sure you return that iPad to June 15th to avoid being charged a fee for the iPad. When will students turn in their iPad? We're going to do things a little bit differently this year. We're actually going to offer an iPad exchange during lunch. This will actually be prior to Global Campus courses taking place. So students will exchange their iPad and then they will use that new iPad next year. This will occur either May 13th or 23rd during the lunch period. For May 13th, we will only be able to allow juniors to exchange their iPads at this time. Freshmen and sophomores still have some testing to do, and we don't want to interfere with that. So we're going to have our freshmen and sophomores exchange on the 23rd. If your student is an incoming freshman, that is, they're in 8th grade going to become a freshman, we will offer exchanges when we head down, I believe it is the 19th and 20th, to do the orientation with our 8th grade Global Campus students. Our Center Grove Global Campus courses take place on Canvas, so students will need to know their network login and their network password in order to log in. All students should have the Canvas app by now and should be very familiar with how the process works. As always, if there are any questions, please feel free to contact me. I'm happy to help out in any way, shape, or form. But most students should be aware that they go to centergrove.instructure.com or utilize the Canvas app, which can be downloaded from the iTunes Store for free. This is where students will go to complete most of their global campus work. In each course, you'll find readings, activities, video lectures, assignments, submissions, discussions, announcements, feedback, many, many more things. So students will need to go in, take a look, and browse through the course. You'll need to go through in order to make sure that you get things done on time and get things done appropriately. So if you have any questions, I would highly recommend that you or your student consult the instructor in charge of that particular course if you have any questions. Something else to consider from the parent perspective is the parent portal on Canvas. You see in the top right-hand corner when you go to the centergrove.instructure.com website, you can click here for a parental account, which basically allows you to follow your child. Lets you see feedback, see what has been turned in, what has not been turned in. Once you click on that, you'll see a parent sign-up screen. You do need to know your child's username and password, which is the same as their Skyward username and password. Once you get in, you'll be able to access Canvas and take a look at the courses in which the student is enrolled. From there, again, you can't participate in the course, but you can see what your child has submitted, what grades are put in, and any feedback that is given by the teacher. Does the class meet in person? That depends on the teacher. Some teachers have them meet for a final exam, some do not. Again, you will need to consult the individual teacher for that specific information. Teachers do have office hours during the summer where they are able to come into the school, so also consult your Global Campus teacher on what type of office hours are available. Let's talk about some of the myths of online learning. Online courses are easier. That is a myth. Online courses are not easier. It requires a lot of self-motivation for students to be successful taking an online course. It teaches them some very important life skills about self-direction. There isn't a teacher always hounding you to get work turned in, and there's not necessarily work due every day. That's not to say that you don't need to log in every day, but due dates will be spread out a little bit more, and you'll be required to direct yourself a little bit more in an online course. Teens will be naturally good at online, and that is a myth as well. One thing that I've noticed is that kids are great with the technology, but teaching them to utilize the technology in a way that is beneficial and in a way that is going to help them in an educational setting is something that needs practice. Teenagers may know how to use it, but they don't know how to use it necessarily the right way to be successful in an online course. So it does take some time. It does take some adjustment, but if they work hard and push themselves, they will do a fantastic job through Center Grove Global Campus. Couple of survival tips. These courses are asynchronous, meaning that there's not necessarily a time or date to specifically meet online. Kids can do it at 3 o'clock in the afternoon or 3 o'clock in the morning if they wish. There are specific targeted due dates. Many of our teachers have due dates once a week. I'd highly recommend that students log in at least 3 times a week. In some instances, especially with our intensive courses, it's important to log in every day. We have Canvas Analytics and Gradebook, which will allow students to see important feedback. But again, the grades will be posted in Skyward. It will be important to view if you'd like to see your student's grade. And communicate anything that's coming up in advance. If you're taking a vacation and don't have internet access, make sure that the student communicates that with the teacher. It's very important that they communicate effectively so that the teacher knows what to expect. We have a very short time frame to get these courses in, and we want to make sure that the students have the best opportunity to succeed. And by communicating in advance, the teachers are able to help those students be successful, even though they may not be near a computer for the entire 7 weeks of their global campus course. Online courses are large and impersonal. That's a myth as well. There is a teacher behind every course. A teacher has developed it. Our average class size in global campus is actually smaller than that of our face-to-face courses. And I can honestly say from personal experience that I've gotten to know some of my global campus students better than my face-to-face students. It's all about how the teacher designs the course and how the student interacts with the teacher. So we strive to make sure that our courses are very communication friendly and that the students actually have an opportunity to work with the teacher to ensure that they feel connected and important within the course. Technology won't always work, and that's true. And that's part of planning ahead. You don't want to get so far behind in your course that you're not going to be successful going forward, especially if there's something that happens with the technology. So it's important to work ahead as much as possible in case something goes wrong with the technology. Cheating is easier in an online course, and that is a myth as well. We've strived to design our global campus courses to where it makes it very difficult to cheat. Or if they do cheat, it's not necessarily worth the time. Many of our exams are project based, which requires students to actually make something or create something. It's not something that can be simply copied down or moved from one year to another. So I would certainly say that cheating is not easier in an online course through our global campus program because we don't particularly rely on quizzes and exams to make sure our students know the content. They usually have to produce something which can be difficult to replicate. I can complete my course in a week, and that is a myth as well. Our global campus courses are rigorous and require quite a bit of time commitment in order to be successful. A couple survival tips. Read the syllabus. I can't stress how important that is. The syllabus has a lot of good information that will help students understand what to expect in the global campus course. Continually check your email at least twice a day in case some things change. I know that I've had some things change in my global campus course. And don't just disappear online. You don't be a person who doesn't communicate. We want to make sure that everybody communicates effectively in the global campus course and that we are able to open the lines of communication. Students statistically are far more successful if they are communicating with their teacher and ensuring that everything is getting taken care of. A few last reminders. It's easy to forget my online class, and that is true. So if you're not meeting with a teacher face to face, it can be challenging. So utilizing an organizer is helpful. Utilizing the Canvas calendar would be an excellent way to ensure that you do not fall behind or forget things in your global campus course. There is a settings tab which allows you to get contact. Any messages, any changes that are sent through Canvas will actually go to an email address. So if you go into Canvas and alter the settings, you can be contacted either through email or through phone, and that will actually update you and notify you of any information that's changed in Canvas. It's a great feature and makes it very, very easy to keep in touch with things going on in your online course. You'll also be notified of due date changes, announcements. All of this can be taken care of in the notification settings, which is under the settings tab in Canvas. Again, provides a lot of information for students so that they know what's going on in their global campus course. One big myth is that you have to teach yourself the content, and that's not the case. We have teachers. There are real people behind these courses. They have created the videos. If students are confused on something, there is an opportunity to get help. You can communicate with your teacher through email. You can also set up a time to meet, or I know our teachers are more than willing to go out of their way to meet with you to ensure your success in the online course. So don't feel like you're alone. You have students with you. You have teachers who care about you and want you to be successful. Couple last survival tips. Remember, you're not teaching yourself. You are in a class with other students and a teacher, and they're there to help you. Attend your course orientation. Hopefully, many of you have done that already. If not, I would highly recommend that you consult your teacher in order to be oriented to your global campus course. Take advantage of the office hours that are offered and reach out to classmates. And work ahead to avoid any unforeseeable issues. We know there might be some technology issues. Something may not work right. If you work ahead, you won't be bogged down towards those due dates, and we don't want to see you be unsuccessful because of that. I have to ask for help when I get stuck? Yes. We're not going to know everything. So contact myself, Mr. Short, or your global campus teacher if you find out that you're stuck somewhere and can't go from there. We're here to help you, and we'll provide as much support as we can. Now, this would be the time I'd ask any questions, but as always, if you do have questions, please contact myself or Jake Short. We would be happy to help out in any way, shape, or form to provide you with the information you need. And last but not least, check your school email. You're going to get a ton of notifications from Canvas, so make sure that you're checking that email regularly. Again, there's our contact information. Feel free to contact us if you have any questions. And like I said, we'll be happy to help provide you with the support that you need to answer any questions you might have. Thank you so much for all of your attention. Hopefully this video wasn't too long. And like I said, if you have any questions, let us know. Have a great day, everybody. We'll talk to you later, and bye.